We're back with Real Estate War Stories. I am your host, Felicia, aka your favorite home agent. Please, please, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Today, I have with me a guest, Nick. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm so excited to hear your war story. By the way, he got me this amazing gift just before, so he's already, we won't say favorites, but
Number 33.
Number 33,
right?
Good number. So Nick, if you can, go ahead, introduce yourself. Where do you work? What do you do? How long have you been in the business?
All right, start by saying thank you. Thank you for having me. You got a wonderful series going on here. Wonderful setup too. This is beautiful. My name is Nicholas Howley. I'm a loan officer with Green River Capital. Been doing this almost 10 years now, which means I have 10 years of war stories because when you're in this industry, you better get used to these war stories.
Definitely. That's why I started the series, because if anything can happen, it's probably going to happen.
It's awesome. I love it. I love the fact because you watch Instagram and if you watch social media, it's like, oh my God, a closing. Oh, beautiful. Contract signed. Oh, inspection. You don't get the nitty gritty of it. And I think it's awesome that you're doing this.
Thank you. Thank you. So I can't wait. What is your real estate war story?
So you put me on the spot when you asked me, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I can't think of any war stories. And I realized it's because I don't want that negative energy in my life. I leave all the war stories behind me, but there's a couple, if not many, that I have. One was like at the start of my career. I was a young gun loan officer. Just happy to meet with clients at the time. Met with this guy, touched base with me. Came in, he's like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend want to buy a house. Wonderful. Come on into the office, bring your documents. Here's the list of documents. We'll get the application filled out. This was like, I want to say 7 years ago. And sat with him, went over everything. His girlfriend had a good job. He decided, he's like, oh, I got some credit issues. I'm not going to go on. All right, wonderful. Didn't look any more into it. You know, start getting everything in the computer, start getting everything filled out. I'm like, listen, I called him. I said, things look great so far, guys. We're getting you pre-approved. Here's your pre-approval. Here are the terms. Wonderful. Send him over a copy of the pre-approval. I said, good luck shopping. Let me know. Have your agent reach out to me. We'll run numbers on every single house. About a day later, I get a call from him. And he's like, Nick, can I talk to you in private? Yeah, and I'm thinking it's like a credit issue.
Okay.
And he's like, I'm gonna come by tomorrow. All right, yeah, no problem. Just come by the office, you know where it is. Comes into the office, we sit in the conference room, he's like, Nick, tell you something. I said, what? He's like, I'm gonna come tomorrow with my girlfriend, she's gonna get pre-approved. I said, we got you pre-approved. And then he's like, my other girlfriend. He's like, I'm gonna buy a house with her.
Oh my
I said,
God.
what? I was like, and like, here I am, again, young gun loan officer, just looking to get clients. I'm like, okay, another client. Here we go. No, another client. But I'm like, now I'm talking to the girlfriend during the pre-approval process. And like, I gotta keep a straight face. I gotta keep this on the back of my mind while she's asking me questions. And like, I gotta make sure to not mix up the two files.
Oh my
Names,
God.
anything like that. So I'm like, all right. The good news is the second girlfriend didn't qualify. So I guess at least he got one house.
Bad news for her.
Yeah.
Good news for you.
At least he got one house, but good news for me, I didn't mix up the two clients. And yeah, that stuck with me forever because he went into the whole story and how he was away, and he's like, but you know, they were both very loyal to me. I'm like, all right. I said, listen, I'm not gonna ask any questions. I don't wanna know any questions because I don't even wanna know. I said, here's your pre-approval. Unfortunately, the other house, you know, you guys, they continued renting. And that was one. And stuck with me forever. And it's always been like a funny story to me. Not as much as a troubling story, but like, it's like, you go through so many different people's life stories, whether a realtor or a loan officer, and you're like indulged in it, like you're part of their life now.
Did he ever reach out to you like in the future for any other future deals?
No, and I'm okay with that.
Should follow up with him, see what he's up to.
Maybe he's got a couple more girlfriends to buy houses.
Let's call him right now.
Hey, we're here on Real Estate War Stories. Just want to see how many girlfriends you have and do they need houses?
I'm a realtor, but that's awesome. So if there's one piece of advice that, since this story comes from a time where you were first starting, that you wish you would have known when you first started, that could have been helpful, that maybe another loan officer, it could help.
Loan officer or realtor, we're going through this right now. We're in a tough time in our industry, and I stick with the saying, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, because it's super important to realize that. The tough times make you who you are, and I'm constantly talking to realtors where it's like, yeah, we put in, this is our 8th offer and it got denied, they went with another offer. A, I don't know where all the cash is coming from for these large down payments. B, these buyers are going through, like I said before off camera, we're in New York. The buyers will always be there. The buyers are having a harder and harder time, but me experiencing this as their loan officer, you experiencing this as their real estate agent, this is making us who we are. So realize every tough time that has been brought into your part of this industry is making you a better loan officer, is making you a better real estate agent. And don't shy away from it. Don't shut down. Continue to push forward. There's people that I've spoken to that have been like, hey, do you think I should get a second job? No, keep pushing forward, because at the end of this, it's gonna shine bright.
Correct. When there's no plan B, plan A has to happen. And I was just having a conversation prior to coming on here, if you're in the industry and you're listening to this, and the saying was, your skills pay the bills. And this is like a time where we have time to freshen up on those skills and those good habits that probably got lost during the good times of real estate. So
beautiful times.
Yes, it has to. I love that advice. Push forward. You're not an entrepreneur unless you face those challenges and struggles, and I think we're all definitely feeling it. So that's great advice. Thank you so much for sharing. That was amazing advice. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Take care, guys.